Shit, yeah, we out here. You know how we do it on the FiX, man. Each and every Wednesday, fellas. You know how we do, man. We got to get into the topic of the day, man. You know what I'm saying?
Topic of the day.
Now, being that we got my dog, Young Gun, in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Say, AKA Rob Davis, bro. You signing my CD case before you bounce.
Hey, I got you.
That's a part of the.
You might not be able to read my writing, but I'm gonna sign that motherfucker.
Sign the hell about that, baby. But yeah,
we got the mark over there.
There we go. We correlate.
We ain't playing no games.
We gonna correlate the album Timeless, right?
Okay. The album's called Timeless,
right? Okay, so we gonna talk about some timeless albums that come to mind as far as hip hop goes. And I'm talking about front to back, the beginning, end, like anything.
You ain't skipping shit.
And we really just talked about a couple off dick. We really did. You know what I'm saying? We got to get into some more of them things, man. You know what I'm saying? We might as well jump into the front. Man, V, like what come to mind like for you? You know what I'm saying? Jumping back.
All right, we're gonna jump back. I gotta say DOC, man.
No one can do it better. 1989, Ruthless Atlantic Records. Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
I'm actually pandering my father like, yo, you gotta take me to the mall. I'm in Orlando, Florida, visiting my grandparents. Like, yo, you gotta take me to the mall, man. I gotta have this right here. Right. I'm seeing the video. I'm sold on the video.
It's getting
NWA is hot at the time.
Right.
NWA at its peak off the first album and everything.
Right.
No one could do it better, man. Definitely. Front to back.
I cannot argue with that.
Yo,
because I was in 7th grade when that shit dropped. I had a dub that I wore the fuck out for the longest. I wore that shit out.
Straight up.
Then, so some years later, I get older, and we had Camelot Music.
Right.
They selling tapes and shit. I found a tape for $5. I still got the tape. I still hold the CD though.
No doubt.
That's why you hip hop Jesus, nigga.
Bro, have you heard? Bro, he's drunk through most of that album. He's rhyming his ass off.
Oh no,
straight up.
And he's hardly cursing. Dog, he serves NWA in the final song.
Yeah, he doesn't curse at all.
I mean, he's cursing, but he's not cursing that much.
Yeah.
He's not a gangster rapper, and he's serving NWA. No, he served Cuban Ren on the record, and he's drunk through most of it.
Yeah,
drunk as fuck.
And he got.
I had some gin and Socko. Now I'm ready to rocko. Bro, he was drunk as fuck when he recorded It's Funky Enough. That's why he's rhyming with a Jamaican cadence in that shit. I need to break so I can check out around.
Yeah.
See, I'm like,
that's
dog, he recorded. Dog, he about 90% drunk through that damn album.
Keeping it real, dog. Like,
and the shit is classic.
It ain't too many scenes in the damn movie. This nigga don't got a 40 in his hand. It ain't too many scenes that this nigga don't got a 40 in the studio.
Well, unfortunately, drinking was the brother's downfall. It
is. Because
it led to the accident.
The NWA movie.
I ain't.
You see Strata Compton?
Yes,
I don't want to jump on. I just don't. I don't like documentaries like that, man, because it always be so much. It be a whole lot of not truth into I Revel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I Revel, even though they had Cube and of course Cuban
Drake
still alive.
Still alive.
Exactly, and that was that was one of the main reasons why I saw it, because they co-executive produced.
But it was a lot. Yeah, Ren, but it was a lot of stuff that still came out with people like that shit ain't true. Like, people on the outside, like. So when stuff like that, when people do stuff like that, I always want. It's like Whitney Houston. I ain't saying Whitney didn't put Bobby on it, but I'm sure if Whitney was alive, she'd have something to say about her putting Bobby on drugs. You know what I'm saying? But that's right. So you gonna tell a star to make yourself look the best. You know what I'm saying?
Course,
and even if you was a fuck. You see, Dre he wasn't showing he was beating the shit out of Michelle Olay.
Michelle.
So you gonna make yourself look the best, and
I mean they showed he had a drinking problem too. I mean that's around that same time, but he did choke it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying
the negative.
You're gonna make yourself look the best in each life. And the people who ain't alive, they just got to deal with what you
whatever you put them down.
Whatever you put them as. And people did say that after the movie. Like people was like, well, shit, Dre made himself tougher than what he really was.
Yeah. And they were like Tupac ain't never bow down like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that Tupac ain't really fuck with niggas like that.
Easy,
but you know the funny shit I heard though.
Easy wasn't broke at all.
Easy wasn't broke. Because even Master P and all them came out. And was talking about Eazy-E, like how he was really he was like the muscle behind.
Like he was really about that shit.
That was the original. That was I know that for a fact from dealing with people in the industry when it came out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that were here that have been, you know what I'm saying, around it for like a minute was like, okay, the idea was okay. Yeah, of course there was a little correlation in the movie, but there were certain parts that they could say was directly related to Eazy-E that made complete sense. That was facts.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he was broke. It was more like, nigga, where's 2-point-some odd million of my 8? You know what I'm saying? That's still not broke. You still rolling on 5 and 6. But this 2 and some change missing, and this is 2 and some change over 2 and 3 and 4 years.
And Bone Thugs is still out there selling records. You know,
right? Yeah, you know,
where's my money?
Right. You know, and this is all. You make a complete point. You all right, but that's why I said like I at least had to go see it. I had to.
We want to go see it for the culture. But artistic license is a real thing. Like they will take some shit and change it up, like to make it more than what it was.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make it a movie.
It shorten it. Yeah, because you really got to have them events to put people in the theater and shit like that. Wow. But you do want like that authenticity with it,
right? I prefer for everybody. If you're gonna do the movie for if you're gonna. Everybody be alive, you know what I'm saying?
Like
everybody be alive.
Like the New Edition joint. Everybody alive.
Everybody alive. I believe it more because they're alive.
Right.
And they can tell they side of the story.
Hey, remember when the Tupac came out, Jada started immediately like, nah, this ain't happened. That ain't happened. They lying. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And she was with that shit fast. You like, hold up. This did not happen.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, that tainted the movie from the, you know what I'm saying?
From the jump.
And then I heard they had iPhones in the movie. I was like, oh, fuck no.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
like this some bullshit right here. And then you start seeing all the Tupac fans like, come on. We know the story. Yeah. This ain't it.
Right.
I just prefer if they ain't alive, man. I ain't want to watch it.
Nah, it might not be that real.
There you go again. Timeless. Okay, the movies is timeless.
Yeah, my bad. I jump off stuff.
No, that's right though. That's right. The movie's timeless too. I mean, shit. So we gonna be 20, 30 years from now. Put that Tupac shit on. Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah. So we can segue from Straight Outta Compton into Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, Straight Outta Compton.
NWA.
That's a timeless album. That's something like
that's a timeless album.
That's something like really for real. Like when them songs like I was of course I'm of course probably 10 years behind when I actually got to hear it and relate to it. You feel me? Like when I actually really sat down and was like, you know, because this is the we talking about Camelot and FYE. When Napster came out, like I ain't gonna lie, I went and downloaded all that shit. My cousin didn't want to let me listen to.
Goddamn virus on your computer so fast.
Yeah, see, I was lucky. My daddy was a computer person, and when he would come home and visit me, I'd be like, yo, tell me what happened. You know what I'm saying?
That was black.
Yeah. But like when I had Napster, dog, I downloaded a gang of shit that I you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, I couldn't get because my parents wouldn't let me listen to it. But I got Straight Outta Compton. I was like, oh shit, this is Ice Cube?
Yes,
like this is Ice Cube,
young Ice Cube in 1988.
You're not giving a fuck.
And during that time when just actually having like an older brother, because I got older brothers like about 8-10 years older than me.
Right.
That's what they was bumping, and you know what I'm saying. And I was riding around in their car. You know what I mean. That's all they playing. It just affected you in a certain way during that time when he first dropped. Man, it was like a wave. And you know what I'm saying.
I had badass cousins, man. I had badass cousins. Like, here, listen to this. like we like 8, 9, like or so in 88 or some shit. Yeah. Like, hold up, nigga, you younger than me. What the fuck you doing with this shit? So I took the tape and I listened to it.
Straight up.
In fact, I have a tape and a fucking CD of that album right now.
Wow.
I really do. But the first time I heard that shit, I was little.
Rap Jesus. Y'all about to say we can only show you Rap Jesus' house right now.
The
CDs everywhere.
That shit everywhere. Yeah, we got multi-genres.
I'm about to say they see this shit behind me. It's a whole DJ set.
It's records and shit too.
You got a white woman on the floor out this bitch. I don't know.
Hold up, player. That is the legendary Dusty Springfield. She was like the Aretha Franklin of England. Yeah. We got turntables in the mix up there.
Oh man, see that?
So I could actually play that shit one time.
Okay. Since you got DJ VIP in here, boy, you get a lesson, boy. School you, boy.
But yeah, NWA, Straight Outta Compton, no doubt, like landmark gangster rap album.
Yeah,
and with a political edge to it. There's a little bit of shit. There's shit on it you can dance to. You know, with something to dance to.
Right.
There's even a clean song or two and express yourself. And of course, it's the home of Straight Outta Compton and Fuck the Police and Gangsta. Yeah. Oh, that is a 1-2-3 punch to set off an album, man.
Yeah.
Like, can you name a whole bunch of albums that just hit you with 3 slaps back to back, bam, 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 like that? About the only other album I could probably think of like that off top, Follow the Leader, Eric B. and Rakim. I mean, what you got? Follow the Leader, Microphone Fiend, and Lyrics of Fury.
Okay. See that right there was that time though. That was that era where like, dog, I'm not playing your shit. What's the first song? Oh no, that's all right. I'm not playing your shit.
You got to be hot off the first 20 seconds on the era. The catcher.
Yeah, you got to have them bars. You got to have them bars.
Gotta have them bars,
but yeah, man, Straight Outta Compton still holds up, man.
Oh, wait.
Like 30 years later. And the companion album to it, Easy Does It.
Easy Does It.
You cannot forget about Easy Does It.
Okay, I'm gonna take that for one. Oh wait, let's get right.
Yeah, because we're keeping it rather West Coast right now.
Okay,
so we have to go south and east or something. We got to go south and east.
I'm about to
and
take it
west.
somewhere. Yeah, here we go. And this is going back to my family. You know what I'm saying? Riding around. My cousin had the Blazers, like one of the Blazers with the bucket seat joints. With the 12s in the back.
Oh man.
And like one of the joints with that when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? Because he used to carry me around cutting grass with him and shit, and only give me $10 fucking. Shout out to him. Rest in peace, Shelton. You know what I'm saying? Was super tight. UGK.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, in fact, real shit.
I'm talking about that nigga used to play that shit every day.
But that album and Riding Dirty are like neck and neck to me with UGK. Those albums like neck and neck for real. I probably lean more toward Riding Dirty though, because you know that's got one day on it.
Right.
You know, it fucked my car.
Yeah, right.
But Super Tight got it supposed to bubble on it.
Supposed to bubble.
Front, back, and side. The side and shit.
Back and side.
316. To close the album, bro. Rest in peace, Pimp C.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pimp, bro.
Because I actually miss Pimp C, man. I miss Pimp C, man.
Listen,
I think hip hop miss Pimp C.
Hip hop missed Pimp C because it was like once social media became more popular, it was a point where, you know what I'm saying, we coming into the era that we into now. Pimp C was on there like, man, I don't like none of this fuck shit. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like none of these. He was like, y'all don't like none of these pussy boys. Everybody talking about running trains. Me and this man ain't never been in the same room. Me and this man ain't never been in no room. Butt ass nigga fucking no hoes. If they in the room with you, they lying, nigga. They looking at you.
Pimp C is where I learned the phrase dick in the booty ass nigga. Right. I learned that phrase from him. And then you're lying about your coke prices, boy. You ain't getting that goddamn cheap coming out them pores, boy.
Right.
But he was a real voice for the culture, man.
And we don't have a lot
of the word trip. That's what separated Pimp, though.
Yeah.
He never hold back on what he had to say.
Never.
But he never held back, man.
And to say like this is coming into the era of, you know what I'm saying, like not only, you know, producing and rapping. Niggas ain't know he was doing these beats.
Yeah, he was making most of UGK's beats.
Almost all. No Limit. He was making almost all.
Yeah, he was
almost all. But
he was doing a large amount of No Limit. He was doing a large amount of No Limit. Master P got into it because he saw Pimp. Master P got into it because he saw Pimp. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear with that thing. I wonder what was said between Jay Prince and Master P. Because Master P flew into Houston and did that.
Right.
So we never got the back end story on what Jay Prince. Yeah. Because I mean, and if I ain't mistaken, that was Jay Prince's artist.
Yeah, that's when he put him on it. That's when he pulled him under the table. You know, put him with him like, yo, Master P, like, yo, this is my friend. This is my friend right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is the original.
My friend.
Yeah, this is Port Arthur over here. This Houston right here. Y'all in New Orleans, and then the whole thing is like, you know, the correlation. The correlation for me was. And especially from you know what I'm saying, I got some family in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying. Everybody always say the correlation between the two. You jump on I-10, you get there. It's a long trip, but you get there.
You take that ride.
You take that ride, like, and in real life, you know what I'm saying. Hey, I ain't, you know, you can't really sleep on people foot in the game. You can't really sleep on that. But even without it though, you know what I'm saying. They had a foothold on a lot of important facts. A lot of important facts. You couldn't just take away and say, well, Pimp C don't know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of important facts.
Rob, so you're not gonna talk about the late great Chad Butler like that? No, the late great Chad Lamont Butler.
Chad Lamont Butler.
Bro, miss that nigga, man. I miss that nigga.
Rob, what you got?
I know you got an album, bro. I know you got an album that resonates with you, bro.
Let's go.
That resonates with you.
My talent album. I gotta say, it's different. Mine was I'm trying. I want to say Scarface, but then it probably was Dark and Hell is Hot, man.
Talking about the DMX,
the first DMX, the one that's for me.
You got a point.
That's when I was
and his best album.
That was my I was the huge DMX fan. Like when I was younger, I don't know if I was making my voice sound. I can't even remember now. If I made myself sound like that, but I had sound like DMX.
Talking about when we was around the trash can?
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I'm talking about not elementary, middle school.
Right.
All I want to hear.
What up? Yeah, my Sequoia Judson.
Shout out to Sequoia Judson, bro.
I ain't put in the whole name. Shout out to Sequoia, but he was real big on he was real big on music or whatever, and he used to always, he was the guy who get all. I don't know if his mama get him all that CDs. He got all that CDs. He used to be the guy that come to school
and got some news.
And got all the make the tape for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you play the CD, you record the tape.
Right. And he'd be mad as hell when you miss like half the last song on the back side of the tape.
You got to turn the tape over for the rest of the song.
Right.
Yeah, but that was nothing though. But with DMX though, he showed me passion in music, and I don't know. You know, the way he did it, you know, even with how's it going down, I'm probably ticking with these chickens. You know what I'm saying? It was difficult. You remember, that was the time when it was the shiny suit when Puffin them was, you know what I'm saying? So X brought that griminess back to it.
Yes, so. You got to give him that, man. He saved
New York. If you want it, we got to come and get it.
He saved New York rap, man. He saved New York rap from the shiny suit.
All you got to do is get it.
And people don't give him his credit, what I feel, even the up north people, because I always tell people, like, they always, they skip over what they should speak highly of Hov, but before Blueprint 1 is when the whole blue, like really blue.
Well, Reasonable Doubt was like a moment. He had a moment in Reasonable Doubt.
No, but I mean, Reasonable Doubt, you got to think Reasonable Doubt took 6 years to go platinum. But the era with platinum.
Remember, Hard Knock Life is still his best-selling album, though.
Yeah.
Like that's 5 million, 98.
Yeah.
Remember, Blueprint is like 3 years later.
But see,
but then he dropped that on 9/11.
But that DMX came out and took like a gang of motherfuckers by storm, bro.
No, but see, DMX.
Yeah, but see, you talking about 97, 98 though, when the shiny suit shit was popular.
In 98, DMX dropped 2 albums in the same year. Dark and Hell
and
Fresh
Blood of My Blood.
Yeah, one made one
multi-platinum in the same year.
And remember, the second album barely had any videos. He had at least 3-4 videos on the first album.
And then there was X went 5 times platinum.
Yeah, he sold the records. He sold the records. But then, and this is all in the middle of the shiny suit bullshit. And Missy Elliott doing that gibberish shit in VA with Timberland. We thought Timberland was weird as fuck back in the day.
Oh man!
Remember, we didn't think Missy Elliott could rap.
Yeah, you remember when?
Yeah, he's garbage.
He's not.
She's not garbage.
Went on tour. Remember the Rough Riders?
Yeah, and that was like the most successful tour. Like right after like the Def Jam Survival of the Fittest shit, you know, with Red and Method, all them. Right. That was the most successful tour until we get to what the Drake Club Paradise shit.
And see,
Rough Riders Cash Money made a lot of money.
But I think if you look at it back then, down here in the South, I felt like X was bigger in the South than the whole world.
Yeah.
Because Rough Riders Anthem sounds like some South shit.
You know what I'm saying?
We related fast.
Yeah, because I remember when X came to State.
Oh man,
oh
man, it was a song.
I mean, Hov came to State way back when with Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, a long time ago.
He wasn't. We ain't know who he wasn't that caliber of artist yet.
Right.
He was just starting out.
And then this bike country too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This bike country too, right?
So Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
The motorcycle club was all over.
Yeah, the motorcycle. This is when like all of a sudden like niggas had R's on shirts and was riding.
That's niggas was running around with bootleg Rough Riders chains.
Hey, fact, dig.
But a lot of Rough Riders records had a southern bounce to it though. Like a lot of the records did, but then that came to Swiss Beats going to school in Atlanta. You know, he's a nigga from the Bronx, but he went to like between Clark and Emory some shit.
Yeah, he went to Atlanta.
He went to Atlanta.
He came to Atlanta.
And then he brought that shit back up north, and that's why his shit sounded like that back then.
His flavor changed. His whole flavor of production changed.
It happens. I mean, he's a nigga that samples records now, but he wasn't sampling records back then. He was like, okay, 808 keyboards, let's go. Right. No, that shit. It's the same shit that happened with DJ Drama. Same shit.
Word.
Word.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah, we out here running the know, man. Yeah. Well, yo, man, VI, man, we appreciate you being here, big homie, man. You know,
you already know, man.
Oh, man.
So,
hey,
y'all hold it down.
You gotta go to the spot, man.
Yeah.
It's 10:00. You gotta go do the damn thing.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you about to go play them records for the people.
Yeah, I gotta
play them records for the people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
can you do your tech guy thing on the couch, sir?
Yeah, you want? Yeah,
come take a spot.
Come on, my brother.
Hey, get your ass on the camera, bro.
Come on, my brother.
Come on, tech guy.
Come on, jump over here.
Come on, tech guy. Do your thing.
All right, now you know what I'm saying. Like another. Okay, you mentioned it.
DMX is dark and hell is hot.
You mentioned DMX.
Undeniable.
That was big for me.
You cannot take the X out, right? Now you know what I'm saying. Just to stay in New York. You know what I'm saying. either one of the Notorious B.I.G. albums, you might as well go ahead and say
I'm going with Life After Death, not no Ready to Die.
Not Ready to Die?
Nah.
Not Ready to Die?
I'm a nitpicky ass motherfucker.
Not Ready to Die,
not
though.
Ready to Die. I prefer Life After Death. I prefer Life After Death.
I think
I prefer Life After Death. Real shit. I really do.
You're right. I don't got much to say about as far as which one was better. I think they almost were neck and neck with me.
Yeah, I mean they both too. I mean, as far as the culture go, bro.
I'm a picky
nigga. The reason why I say they almost neck because they came out in the same.
I'm a picky nigga.
Like in that same,
sense.
yeah, that same.
It's the same era, but Big stepped his pen game up. His bars up on Life After Death.
I mean,
Life After Death pretty much predicted the direction of rap for like the next 10, 20 years.
The whole shit.
This nigga like to rock every fucking style on that shit.
But you know why though?
And the production
because it was up north. I mean. The North was running it,
and then by life,
his flow dictated what their
like what they were generally doing.
Transitioning to all of them.
But by the time Ready to Die,
swallowed New York rap up for a while.
I'm saying, but by the time Ready to Die actually came out and shit, like he had already just imagine he had already pretty much put a whole bunch of pen on the Junior Mafia album. Okay,
no, that was 95. We're talking 94.
I'm saying, but
Ready to Die.
That's what I'm saying. He had already been putting work in on that, and then comes this one.
But then you had to consider that Ready to Die came out during the time when New York had started like kind of coming back in this rap shit. Like they had been kind of under like the West Coast for a minute, but you start seeing these succession of albums come out from New York around late '93.
I mean, well, Big said it. He trying to
he
trying to
sell records. He trying to sell records.
He said in the record, I can't remember the exact line. He was like, I'm trying to sell something like Snoop.
Right. And Puff actually admitted that like he modeled Ready to Die after the Chronic and shit because the West Coast was running shit.
They
were running shit.
Really
Because man, the Chronic came out.
Right.
Man, I don't know where the fuck you was if you was not sucked up by that album at some point.
Once again, another timeless album.
But Ready to Die though, I mean, Ready to Die is a dope album. I bought the shit for Unbelievable personally.
Right.
But I'm a nitpicky nigga. Some of that shit on there I really don't need, and I thought he could have did better. But as far as Life After Death as a body of work and seeing what commercial rap became from 97 on forward, it was until like some years ago, I'd be like, yeah, it might have been ahead of his time.
The commercialization that happened, it happened so fast because that money got in there. You got to understand, like the niggas had money like just sitting in front of them. You know what I'm saying? And the idea of saying, you know, all right, for real. And this is one of the things I give the Notorious B.I.G. movie some credit for. You gotta understand, Puff was on his ass.
Yeah, Puff was putting pressure. He was making him stay in the studio.
Puff was on his ass.
Have a record written and recorded by the time I get back.
Yeah, but at the same time,
right? Because we
coming from that, Puff was out there like because with nothing. Because when he did that shit and
it was really
when he was really out there like, yo, nigga, I'm out here running the company, and that nigga fired him. This is true shit. They had nothing.
That gave him the motivation though.
Yeah, and so he got
Matt came with him though.
Yeah, so
shout out to rest in peace, Craig. I ain't know that nigga was hanging out in goddamn South Carolina for so long, bro.
Yeah, been out here for a minute.
No bullshit, no bullshit, bro. No bullshit. I got a square story. I'm not even gonna run it. I'm not even gonna run the whole story. About 3 years ago, let's just say I was having a great time at homecoming. Let's just keep it at that. Nigga, I tripped up going into Pure Gold, right? Pure Gold. A nigga picked me up, helped me out, dog. I swear it was Craig Mack. On God. I swear it was Craig Mack.
Just like you in the blast.
But he just had look skinny as shit. Like he just had look skinny as shit. Still had the fro and all. Nigga helped me up off the ground, nigga. I was like, yo, what the this is crazy, nigga. Who's this?
They say X was in South Carolina.
That nigga's in Green. That nigga, baby, other two kids is in Greenville.
Yeah, you saying he was in South Carolina.
That nigga jump off the plane and do 102 to Greenville, man. He retarded.
Yeah, he's a crazy nigga.
He was like, that's how he got caught off that.
Hopefully he get, you know what I'm saying, while he in the, it'd be like a rehab for him and everything.
You hope.
Yeah,
you hope.
That nigga, he enjoy. He knows that time away from the things that are a detriment to his life is crucial for him. I feel that way at least. Ain't no way you just like going to jail. Even though you
think about it, X was his last interview with that I seen with the Breakfast Club. Like X was almost like
not there.
Not even not there. Like he couldn't control his own body motion. Like he was just,
on that shit.
You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even talk. Like You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
because his voice was so his throat. You know how that shit.
That
goes.
man 40 something, bro. Like he ain't no.
Man, listen, when
like he was like 68, 70.
Yeah. When they did the behind the music, and this is one of the things I miss about how the hip hop culture, just how the culture kind of changed. I miss like shit like behind the music. Right. When they interviewed Swizz Beatz and he was keeping it real 100. They was like, yo, I'll put the beat on for X. I'll put 2 beats on for X. I'll put 3 beats on for X. But he would leave the studio for 2-3 hours and come back and do 3 songs back to back to back, no stop, no break, no cut. And he would be like, yeah, where the fuck did X go? He would tell everybody, oh, he good. He just went to do his thing. But he knew he was. Yeah. But Swizz Beatz knew he was out there on the tater, bro. Yeah. Swizz Beatz knew, and he was like, I couldn't stop him because that was my man, and I felt like he had it under control. Right. But Flesh of My Flesh was when he started having visual problems with shit. Yeah. Like you can see he was getting fucked up in the game, like just going to jail and all that shit like that. Cause what was it? Was that when they did what was that big ass concert? Didn't they bring like Woodstock or some shit back or something like that?
Yeah, Woodstock was around for a while.
Right, 99.
They brought it back that one time. The video, the big video that they got that they always be like, yo, I remember when DMX ruled the world.
Yeah, it was like a million people out there.
Yeah, bro. But no, he shut the whole shit down and did that prayer. Everybody shut up.
He started crying too.
Yeah, that nigga did the prayer in front of thousands of people.
And like, man, it's Mars, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, that nigga be exercising demons up there,
bro. And like, but I'm talking about the whole 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people, sweaty, muddy out there. Shut the fuck up.
But dog, those are
that had to been.
Microphone.
That had to be was it 100,000 people?
Yeah, and the whole shit. That video, he shut the whole shit down. Nobody said a damn thing.
But those are the same people that bought his records.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those same people bought his
That's why we saying timeless albums, bro. Timeless albums.
Yeah, but of course you know why Puff was on Big ass, man, because Big turned in Ready to Die without a radio single.
He was like, man,
the
nigga, I got this shit. Don't worry. That's how he was.
The nigga wanted the first single to be Machine Gun Folk. You know how hard that fucking song is. That shit wasn't playing on the radio in the era of the Chronic, man. You had to come out with the juicy shit.
But that's the thing. That's the whole shit was.
Now Machine Gun Folk would have been a hot ass single in 88, 89. But it was 94, man. The game was changing up just a little bit. It just wasn't completely commercial yet.
Yeah, no, it was.
No, that song is hard as fuck, man.
Yeah, Machine Gun Folk.
He's talking about fucking your bitch and whipping your ass for like 4 minutes. Beating motherfuckers like I did Tina. What's love got to do? No, that shit wasn't gonna play on radio like that.
No, you can't put that.
You can't put that on the radio.
After his era, it might would have made it. I mean, after his era, it might would have made it. Oh yeah, after his era, it might would have made it.
Yeah.
Like now, they had more of the rough, you know.
Yeah.
With the Onyx and the shit like that.
Yeah, a little bit before. Because remember, Onyx was out there with the slam shit and throw your gun shit.
And Naughty by Nature.
Naughty by Nature. Right. But them niggas made anthems, though.
Yeah, that's what all
that's the thing with Naughty by Nature. Most of their records was like straight anthems and shit. Like you got Tretch spitting the little bars, you got Vinny doing this little shit, and then they come through with the little chorus. You know, them niggas made anthems. But Big made a hard ass record before Puff put his hands on it. That was a hard ass record. It was really fucking. In fact, there's supposed to be like a version of the album in a vault somewhere that Big originally turned in that will never come out because it's that fucking hard.
Right,
it's dead hard.
I mean, but that's the thing.
We talking like with the original Pete Rock version of Juicy and shit.
But see, that's the thing.
Puff produced the shit before the track masters.
Puff was a visionary. Puff was a real visionary as far as music.
Puff was trying to make money, and Puff was gonna do what the fuck that required him to make money.
But think about it. In terms of production, that was like a visionary moment to say, look, man, I fuck with you. You my dog. This shit is hard, but bitches buy records.
But then Tupac told him that. Tupac was like,
Tupac told him that, but Puffy put it in the perspective. You gotta put some things in perspective.
If you go back and look at Puff was always about focusing on what women pushing because he felt like men are gonna follow what women do.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The old lady want the album, you gonna buy it for your
you gonna buy it for her.
Which is true with everything. Everything you do. If you attract the females, the males gonna come.
Right behind you. Right behind you.
Yeah. In fact, most of the shit we do in life is men. It's real shit.
This is true. This is true.
So if she like it, okay, I'll give it a chance. I fuck with it.
What's next?
It showed up. Big wasn't a handsome nigga, but they liked him.
Hey, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks.
What Hov say? You ain't never met an ugly billionaire.
Yeah. So don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But besides big though.
One more. Let's get one more in there.
Dog, think of something, man. Think of something.
See if I take it down.
Because man, we can do this shit all day.
All right. Another one for me, right? Was the Carter 2.
Now y'all gonna have to expand on this shit because that's an album I only heard in pieces.
You never heard all of it?
Not entirely.
I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody always say their favorite was the Carter 2, but I always felt like the Carter 1 was the.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand.
I think 1 and 2 is like a continuation.
They was going hand in hand.
In my personal opinion, Carter 2, you gotta think. He did a lot of rapping, just free rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the beginning of him not writing anything.
Yeah. So he was just rapping. Like 5 minutes, he just no chords. Just, I'm rapping.
like fuck it.
I mean, because what was the mixtape that came out? Now I'm trying.
Not Dedication. It was
Drought.
Was it the Drought?
It was the Drought.
Yeah,
The first drop. The first drop. When he went through that book and you literally hear him tearing the pages out. And on the microphone.
You're right.
I'm talking about, but the shit is like it's 6 pages of shit he reading, and it don't necessarily go together. But it just has the rhyme. But that shit was so hard though.
The reason why I say Carter 1, you gotta think the way that shit was an album that remember he started off to the Carter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like walking through the Carter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was the damn near
to the second floor type shit.
Yeah, damn near the whole Nino Brown type joint.
He wrote that shit out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The records on
I love that.
Yeah, so I always I heard a lot of people say Carter 2 was their favorite one, but I was one of the reason why it was for me.
I bought the Carter 2. That's why I physically just I physically went to FYE.
That matter too. Like it feel better when you buy it.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, when it happened, right? Because I remember this specifically, bro. The shit was not in FYE. Like this shit sold out like boom. I was like, man, what the fuck? And it was just like we say, some women drive you to do shit. I can't remember her name. She was fine as hell. She was working at FYE. She was like, don't worry, I'm gonna tell you when to come in. And I got her number. She called me. She was like, yo,
you say I'm good.
No, it was FYE for the
shout out to Sam Goody.
It was FYE for the Carter 2.
Shout out to Sam Goody.
I can't remember.
Sam Goody was Pet Sense. Where Pet Sense at?
Yeah.
They wasn't long at all, man.
They wasn't long at all. They wasn't there. That was like.
Remember Sam Goody was over there for like 5 years, from like 2002 to 2000.
They were over there that long?
Yeah, they were for a little while.
I ain't remember.
Because they had games and everything.
Yeah, Sam Goody had games.
Yeah, they had games and DVDs and shit.
They had magazines. I vaguely remember that thing. I remember.
For what it's worth, it wasn't that long. For Orangeburg time, it wasn't that long.
Nah, it wasn't that long.
I don't even know why they left. Oh, I think the CDs started decreasing.
This is the time of Napster, bro. This is the time people stop buying.
Bootlegging like a mother.
I'm gonna download it one time and I'm gonna give everybody a copy.
And that was fucking some shit up.
Yeah, shout out to Lars Ulrich if y'all know who Lars Ulrich is.
Joe Metallica.
What was the other download thing?
What, Napster, LimeWire?
That was tragic too. It give you a virus.
Oh yeah,
yeah, bro. Like I said, I just was blessed. Like my daddy wasn't around too often, but when he came, my daddy do computer shit. I was like, yo, man, what happened? What I did?
And you actually said Lars Ulrich name on the face.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, man, nigga, you get points, man. Give yourself a bill, nigga.
Hey, man.
You need to give yourself a bill.
Hey.
So if y'all don't know who the fuck Lars Ulrich is,
Lars Ulrich got on his horse and said, you know what? These motherfuckers is stealing Metallica music,
and I'm not with that shit.
I'm taking every white man who programs some computer thing so I can sample music. He sued everybody.
Yeah, he chose. He chose.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, he won.
Them bitches won. They gave up. First of all, they gave up like $20 million. Okay, off dick. They gave up like $20 million. LimeWire, that Napster gave up $20 million. LimeWire gave them like 7.5 because they wasn't really. LimeWire was like maybe 3 years after Napster. Right. 3 years after Napster started. Napster went. You got to remember, Napster went everywhere. Yeah. LimeWire was like the second joint. Like it's a secret.
We was glad that came. Like we call
it the underground hipster shit.
Right. Yeah. Like LimeWire was like that secret. Like what else you got? LimeWire, nigga. You ain't never got LimeWire. But and then all of a sudden, like when them boys caught up to the idea that not only my albums are coming out, but millions of people are literally. Hundreds of millions of people are downloading my songs. I'm not getting paid for a motherfucking thing. But you can go to the store and spend at the time like $12 and get a Metallica CD or something like that.
$13.
Just imagine that money correlating to, you know what I'm saying, the hundreds of millions who downloaded. They was like, yo, we missing so much bread. But in the end, it's Metallica, nigga. Your shows is getting you. Like, we talk about, you know, artists doing shows and getting bands and shit.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine a Metallica show.
Now, like, the boys getting real, they getting a whole different check now.
Yeah, because they own the entire catalog.
That's what
and they were selling shitloads of records at the time.
That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine back then a Metallica concert, bro. Like a Metallica concert.
The motherfuckers that got haircuts and start singing ballads and shit.
Oh,
man, the money got bigger. The money got bigger when they got haircuts and started singing ballads. Because the Metallica I knew, the motherfuckers had long hair and did not do ballads. They didn't even shoot videos back then. They were like 4-5 albums deep before they shot their first video.
Because a video back then damn cost you.
Yeah, man.
But see,
that was in the budget.
They were signed to a major label though. They refused to do videos until they felt like doing it. Elektra let them slide for 4 albums straight, no video.
They save a lot of money.
Because it's called metal.
Fuck all that. We gonna shoot a video and they gonna like this motherfucker. Sure enough, the video for the one shit off Injustice for All '88, that shit came out. They interspersed that shit with them playing and like footage from a movie. Shit huge, helped the album sell more. The album did like what, 4 million in a short period of time.
Hip Hop Jesus is also Rock Jesus. We ain't know that.
I know music.
We ain't know that.
But them motherfuckers sold records, man. They sold records. And old boy missing money? No.
Oh yeah, he was shit.
You talk about 4 millionaires, man. 4 millionaires.
Shit.
Oh, you know they was tripping.
Cause I mean, the whole shit is he said it. He was like his oldest daughter had Napster, and then he was like, oh, you know, cause he old school, he ain't on no computer. He literally was like, hey baby, what's this? And she was like, oh man, this is where we get our music from. And when he saw that you could get anything, and he was like, oh, so wait, type in Metallica, baby.
Oh, it's a rap, man.
Yeah, it's a rap.
Discography.
The whole catalog.
How many? And you know that
and like back in the day, like the numbers would show up, like how many people got it. Like, you could right click on it and it's like specifically pick a person and be like, all right, I know this nigga always got the right shit. It's never the fucked up shit. It's always the right shit. And you know when you right click on it and you go, God damn, all these motherfuckers got that shit.
Sometimes you wait a whole day for one album.
Right. Yes, when you fucking Metallica, you been fucking with the whole album. Bruh. Not just one song.
Just leave it at the house.
Man, Laws always sold that shit and probably called James like, hey, you see this shit?
What? You see this shit? They always say the rest of them, and see, this is a timeless event in music. Napster and
LimeWire and file sharing.
And then like literally the other 3 members was like, hell nah, man, my kids wasn't even that old yet. Lars always, you know, drummers always getting pissed.
Did they all get a check? They all get a check.
He split it. You know, he gave. I mean, 20 million. You know what I'm saying? I throw you a couple. Because it went to the Supreme Court, which means he was paying his lawyers.
I'm sure they probably had to help paying his lawyers as well.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, you know, the label gonna help you because in the end, the label gonna back you for it and all of that shit. Like
because they were losing out on money as well.
Yeah,
because they were still signing Elektra at the time, but now them motherfuckers own all their shit and they reissued all their albums on their shit.
All right, man, we gonna get up off of these albums, man. We're gonna jump into the meat of the show, man. The meat of the show. Now, you know what I'm saying? Once again, man, this is FiX. You know how we do each and every Wednesday, man. We in the motherfucking
No, we got real expensive with this shit, man. We went from
man. We just went to bro, I'm telling you.
We talking about Metallica on the FiX, man.
Hey, man.
Now we ain't get into albums and shit like VH1, but goddamn.
Trevor, when you post this, man, you gonna hashtag Metallica. We gonna get some views we never had before.
White people.
We gonna get some views we never had before just because you put hashtag Metallica on that bitch.
That's METALLICA.
Motherfuckers be like, Metallica, the FiX, dude.
These old rap ass niggas from the South, dude. Talking about this shit. Wait, we're in the South. Southern white people love Metallica.
And we all
everywhere loves Metallica.
Everywhere loves Metallica.
Timeless music.
Everybody do. Timeless music.
You know what I'm saying? But since we was on the subject of timeless, man.